Watch this before you start using CJ Dropshipping. This is a review and a warning. Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll be sharing my personal experience using CJ Dropshipping and how I have used it, where I found it to be helpful, and where you should not be using CJ Dropshipping. So let's get into it. Now, usually when you're starting your dropshipping journey, you primarily want to source products from AliExpress, and CJ Dropshipping often seems like a really great integration. It can help you in dropshipping your product, sourcing products directly from AliExpress, and then getting them, sent to your customers. If you take a look at some of the listings on CJ Dropshipping, whatever listing you like, if you open it up, it's going to show you, the detail of the listing. You can easily put it in your queue and then just, get it directly. And then you can just connect this to your store. All you have to do is sell and earn. And, it makes it seem like it's a really easy deal to get started with dropshipping. Now, there are so many holes in CJ Dropshipping that I'll start at the beginning where your fulfillment is concerned, because oftentimes when you're using CJ Dropshipping, you're going to be using it for their fulfillment services. So whenever you are trying to get agents for everything, and agents that are actually good at what they are doing, their shipping times and product quality is good. If you find like a specific supplier, you guys can see these are quality suppliers over here, but even some quality suppliers are not going to be that great unless you are actually making sure that you're contacting that supplier and you have some actual repo built up with them. So their communication is good, but when you take a look at some of the CJ dropshipping suppliers, they are just subpar. Their products, although they do list some amazing products, when you actually go on ahead and try to communicate your requirements to the actual supplier, it can be very difficult to get them to understand the level of quality that you require, or for them to provide you with actual details of the product. Now, many people have listed a lot of these products, and when I went to do some product research on CJ Dropshipping, it was actually almost as good as, Temu, because when you look at Temu really gives you what you look at. It's primarily now becoming a source of products even for the average consumer rather than just dropshippers, but Temu has some great products as well, and you think that this is going to be the same level of quality as Temu. However, when you import things onto your store on CJ Dropshipping, first, if I just click on connect over here, add this to my store, it's gonna do that in a couple of seconds. It's not even gonna take a lot of time, and you can pin any product that you might want. So you can pin this over here, we can connect our store, we can click on confirm over here, we can select all the variants that we want, and we can choose the shipping methods like this, and you can connect products or add products to your store. However, even though onboarding your products is super easy, it's really difficult to actually start marketing these products because so many people are selling the same thing. Secondly, if you are taking a look at, different orders in your dashboard, if you take a look at your imported orders, you're going to notice that they don't populate as you would think, and it doesn't actually show you all the product orders that are being synced up with your Shopify store if you're using Shopify or any other third-party platform to start selling your products. Now, when you actually go to Shopify to take a look at the orders that you are receiving, you're going to find all of your orders with payment statuses and fulfillment statuses. However, if you leave CJ Dropshipping up for fulfillment, although your product is going to say that it's fulfilled, it's actually not fulfilled sometimes on CJ Dropshipping, and you go into the CJ Dropshipping dashboard and it says that the product has been fulfilled, although the product has not been fulfilled. So now, this was a minor issue. I didn't have to face this too many times, but one more thing is that one product can have multiple SKUs on CJ Dropshipping, and this is very important. So let's say 5, for example. Now this one product had 5 SKUs, and CJ Dropshipping only presented 3 of those, and it gave a range of 2 of the SKUs. So when you go to Shopify and you either had to duplicate your SKUs or make 5 other listings instead of 3, and that's all that extra work that you had to do upon importing the product onto your store. So usually when you go onto CJ Dropshipping, you just want to list it directly like this, and that's all you want to do. But this actually makes your entire setup even longer than it should be. So if I add my store price over here, let's say it's going to be, I enter my store price and I can list it now, and I can do that. And then because a SKU is repetitive, it's only going to add a couple versions of the SKUs, and I would have to manually add the sizes or the additional colors. Now this is the part where CJ dropshipping gets messier. One other thing is that a lot of times these sales associates or the communicators on behalf of CJ dropshipping suppliers are not very well versed in their own product. By being well versed in their own product, I mean they're gonna list something and they know they don't have the product. So if I take a look at some of these products, like let's say they don't have these, this multifunctional manual 6-wheel neck massager item. So even if they know that they don't have the product, they're going to ship the wrong product to the customer. This is something that is super, super annoying, especially if you're trying to build a brand. It's not going to be a very good reputation to behold of your brand that people are getting sent random items instead of their ordered item. This actually gives away that you're a dropshipping supplier. It just really reflects badly on your own store. Now, one of the biggest headaches is when you're just trying to get a product to be ordered, and although CJ dropshipping is going to show you that the product has been ordered, they're never going to fulfill the order. That can also be an issue with suppliers as well, because it's not going to populate on your store correctly, and it's going to be a big hassle. Plus, because you don't have an agent, you don't have a virtual assistant doing all of this for you, it can be a larger deal for you to manually fix all of the issues instead of having a VA do it for you. Now, other than this, if you actually want to still use CJ dropshipping and you feel like this is still your preferred way of getting products, well, I do have a little life hack that I found to be super effective. If you look at any of these listings, you can easily just look at the listing, open it up, and you can find a supplier and you can contact the supplier. You can easily get their phone number from them and actually contact them on WhatsApp. Now, although this is taking it off the platform, it's not recommended. The reason why this is more effective is that these suppliers are more efficient when you communicate with your phone number. They are far better at getting you the actual pictures of the products that they have available, rather than you just, without communication, if you link them to your store and they don't ship your product, it's just going to be a hassle for you, because when the products are not going to be shipped to the customer on time, the customers are going to leave you ticket complaints. So keep in mind that you need to make sure that all of these suppliers are vetted. So if you still want to use CJ dropshipping as your primary platform for sourcing products on your Shopify store or any other e-commerce platform or sales channel, make sure that you actually communicate with these suppliers before you get started with ordering or setting up your store with them. And always order a couple of samples for yourself before you start selling the product to your customers. That can be a better way to know whether or not your supplier is reliable enough for you. So it's a complete nightmare for me to use CJ dropshipping at this point, because when you're able to build some everlasting relationships with certain suppliers and you're able to get suppliers to customize your orders, then going back to CJ dropshipping for your products is going to be a very big change, and it's going to actually cost you a lot more, because now CJ dropshipping also wants to charge you for warehousing and all those other knickknacks, and that can end up being a lot instead of just having one supplier for all of your products, where you can actually get a larger discount for bulk orders and have more of a personal term on your end of the deal. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video.